Thank you. Hey, Corey, hope you're well. Entering spring training this year as, of course, a World Series champion and MVP, does this year feel any different compared to years past?
Um, Not really. Last year's in the past. We celebrated it. We enjoyed the moment, but now that we're back here in spring, it's time to go back to work. Every year, you kind of expect to be there, expect to win. You got to have that mentality, and we're back to that thinking.
And what's just your focus for yourself and your game this season?
Just the same thing as always. You're just trying to get ready for a year. You're working on every aspect of your game. You're trying to get your timing and the defense, hitting, base running. Every aspect you got to kind of just refigure out.
And what was it like hitting off Trevor Bauer today?
It's the first ones are always hard. Those guys are really good, and it's been a really long time since you've seen pitching, and it's just a battle. It was fun to kind of see him competing, and you're competing with him. So it was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Next question is from Dave Vassay. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, Corey. I was just curious, coming back this year after the season that you had last year, is it possible to have any more confidence after the way you played last year?
You just gotta go out and play still. It's you always feel confident in yourself. You always want to get ready for a year. But it's just going back out and getting ready again. You gotta put in the work. You gotta do the little things. You gotta get everything back in line. It's just not gonna come easy. You gotta work for it.
Last year, before the season started, Kike and Jock acknowledged that might be their last chance to have an opportunity to win a championship with this group of players. Considering this is the last year of your contract, has any of that creeped into the back of your mind as you started spring training, or can you not allow that to happen?
No, yeah, that's not the focus at all. The focus is right now. We've preached this for a long time now that it's day to day. We're showing up and we're doing everything we can to be ready today. And once game starts, try and win a game that day. It's no other thinking other than that.
Bringing back Justin, how much of a relief was that for you and the rest of the team to be able to have him back in your lineup?
Yeah, that's huge. JT influences a lot of things in this clubhouse. The way he goes about his business, the way he mentors people, the way he just talks to people in general, excluding the baseball side. Obviously he's a great baseball player. He's extremely important for us on the field, but just everything he does, it makes this organization better.
Thank you.
Next question is from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Corey, how'd your body feel after last year? And do you think the short season maybe helped at all, just physically?
I feel good. That's the same kind of off season that we're used to. We're used to playing late. So regardless of how many games you play, you still have a short amount of time to kind of get ready. So, it's very similar to most years. You have your time, you put your work in, and you feel good in spring.
And when you look at your rotation, how glad are you that you don't have to face those guys?
Yeah, it doesn't suck to be on this side. Those guys are good. Those guys are going to go out and compete for us every day, and they know what they want to do and go out and execute, and it'll be a lot of fun to play behind them.
Thanks.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, Corey, obviously being healthy last year was huge, but was there anything when you look back at last year that you did particularly well or improved upon than when you were healthy in the past?
Last year was just a big success for this organization. What we were able to do, what we were able to battle through, showing up every day, everybody was kind of in the same boat, and being able to go out there and just perform as a team was just special. Last year was just special in general.
And obviously the contract situation, have you discussed an extension with the Dodgers? Would you be open to it?
I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest.
All right. And then last one for me is obviously the Mariners situation was brought up. Your brother's name was brought up. What was your reaction knowing that, your brother was sort of talked about by Kevin Mather and just being his brother and looking up to him the way you do?
Yeah, obviously he's my brother. You want the best for him. You want people to speak nicely about him. And I don't know how to comment on what that guy said. That's not really my organization. It's not my business. You know, I'm focused on kind of our stuff. But yeah, to the brother's point, the personal point of that, you know, you do feel bad for him. You know, seeing how hard he works, seeing what he's done, and to have your ownership kind of talk like that, it never feels good.
Thank you.
Next questions from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Thank you, Juan. Corey, when you say you don't want to talk about it, you mean you don't want to talk extension during the season, or you just don't want to talk about free agency period?
Just free agency period. You know, that's not my focus. You know, it's never been about that. It's always about showing up that day and doing what you can to help your team. You know, that's I don't want the extra effort to have to talk about that, you know, kind of in the media. I just want to go out and do my job and let the chips fall.
Is it going to be as easy to keep it off of your own mind as it is to keep us out?
It's probably hard to keep it off you guys. It's my job, you know. This is what I do. This is what I enjoy doing. I like showing up. I like putting the work in. I like going out there and trying to help your team win. And that's all I can control. You know, everything else is out of my control.
You don't think it's going to become a distraction for you at all then?
Not personally. Maybe the questions, but personally, no, it won't be a distraction.
Thanks.
Yep.
Hi, Corey. First of all, congratulations on winning the World Series.
Thank you.
Some people say that the new regulations about the baseball is going to change the way it plays. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm not too knowledgeable about that. I don't know the physics and the thought behind it. You know, we're just trying to go out there and compete.
Thanks, Corey. Thanks, everybody.